Hi everyone, my name is Shahzaib and this is my AWS IoT competition video. I've basically built Oasis, which is a centralized IoT hub. It allows you to connect, analyze, and interact with your data, along with some other neat features that I'm going to show you. So first we begin by clicking on the sign up or login button. Here you'll either be able to sign up or log in using Twitter or your email address. In this case I'm going to go ahead and choose Twitter. After it logs us in, we come to our dashboard. Here we can create a new environment. An environment is basically any place where your IoT connected devices live. In this case, I'm going to go ahead and choose my apartment, but it could be your garden if you have devices there, or anything that you want really. Your environment image is any image that shows your environment with the devices. In this case, I found a painting of an apartment that I like, so I'm going to go ahead and use that. Click on open. Let's go ahead and click on the environment that it created for us. Now we can start by adding things to our environment. So we're going to go ahead and click on this new thing button, and it asks us to create a new thing type. So this follows the same principle of AWS IoT, where you have a thing type and under that umbrella you have individual things. So here I'm going to go ahead and call it bulbs and all the bulbs for the apartment. You can select different colors that you'd want the icon to be. In this case I like this blue, so we're going to go ahead and click on add. Now we can add an individual thing to our environment. So we can click on this thing type of bulbs and click on add this thing. Now we're creating an individual thing. In this case I'm going to call this the living room bulb. And go ahead and click on add. So it creates that thing and places it on the image for us, and we can drag it into the living room. Let's create a new thing type of temperature sensor. And I like this green color. Click on add. And once again, for the outdoors, I'm just going to call it outdoors. And click on add. It places it on the map for us, and we can go ahead and drag it to next to this swimming pool. And these locations are being saved real time, so we can go ahead and change it, and if you refresh the page, everything should be right where we left off. Alright, cool. Now if we click on an individual thing, this little pop-up comes up, and this is when things start getting really cool. So let's go ahead and click on this eye. This basically pops up all the information about this particular thing. Since all the actions we just did actually took place on AWS IoT using their API, we have the information for this thing. We have the MQTT tab, which actually created and provisioned and attached all the appropriate policies and certificates. And it gives us a thing topic for this particular thing, along with the broker address from AWS IoT, the client ID. We have the shadow if you wanted to use that. The certificates tab basically shows us the certificates that we can download, along with a VeriSign root certificate that it uses. So if I bring in MQTT effects over here and click on the options, you can see that I've already filled out all the appropriate information and attached the appropriate certificates. So if we go ahead and click on connect, it goes ahead and connects us. We can copy the thing topic by clicking on this little clipboard icon, so it copies it. And if I come over to subscribe and then paste that topic in there and click subscribe, it goes ahead and subscribes us to that particular topic. I can go ahead to the publish and again paste it in there, and since this is, I believe, the living room light bulb, we could just send it some message like light and on, right? Makes sense. And go ahead and click on publish. So we'll notice that the subscription came through here, and it also comes through on AWS IoT in real time. So you don't really need MQTT-FX in this case. If we go ahead and click on view, this is when it brings us to the real-time data page. In this case, it shows us the topic, the time ago. We can click again on this icon and it takes us back to the individual environment where that thing is located. And let's go ahead and click on the next icon. This next icon basically is a clipboard, and it will copy that thing's topic to it, so we can subscribe to the the second thing now, which is the temperature sensor, and we could send some temperature, right? So let's send temp, and let's just send, let's say 70. I'm in California, so this makes sense. So go ahead and click on publish there, so that goes in there. Again, the data came through from out, which is what we call our thing. We can click on view, and we can view that thing's data, and this page would update real time as new MQTT data start coming in. We can see we have this little filter going on. This is filtering on that topic for the particular thing. If we go ahead and click on this X, now it shows us all the data for all our environments. If we wanted to see data for just a particular environment, the way that would work is that we click on this incoming data tab, and we can see now it's filtering just on that environment ID. And so that's helpful. One other thing that I've built in that I found helpful for myself was that if we go ahead and send in non-JSON data and click publish there, the page refreshed, the data came in, and I added in a little warning that lets you know, hey, this is not JSON. It's really helpful for debugging, just so you know. And the actual JSON, it prints it out so you can see it over there. The next tab is the Interact tab, so let's go ahead and click on that. The Interact tab is a fully functional MQTT publisher. So you don't, like I mentioned, need MQTT effects. We can go ahead and select our thing, in this case the apartment, and we're going to go ahead and click on out for the outdoors temperature sensor. And we could basically type in any JSON here or any text. So in this case, the temp, and then we're going to go ahead and send 90. And go ahead and click on send there. It says MQTT message sent to out. Great. Well, how do we know if it came in? So let's switch again to MQTT-FX, and since we're subscribed to it, there we go. Temp 98 came through. The next thing that we can do is trigger. So let's go ahead on the triggers page and then create a new trigger for the outdoors temperature sensor. So if out's temp value, temp key is basically, let's say, greater than 80, we want to basically send us a text. So enter in my phone number here and go ahead and click on add trigger. So it goes ahead and creates that trigger for us, and this is inspired by if this then that. So if out's temp is greater than 80, then send us a text. So if we go back to the interact page and we interact with the out, and then we basically send it a temperature of 100, right? We go ahead and click on send. Give it a second. So it says MQTT message sent to out. Now I know you can't see it, but off screen I just got a text that let me know, and you're seeing a screenshot of that text right now. Alrighty, that's all. Thank you for checking out Oasis, the full IoT hub. Thank you.